7. Here you go. Originally, the smallest apartment was a 9. They've been broken up into 4, 5s, and 6s. Now, 7E is a 4. Originally, the back part
Finding the right place to live and figuring out the right time to start a family, these are matters that have always preoccupied young couples, but in New York City they can seem especially scary.
Do you have children?
We plan to.
Roman Polanski's film Rosemary's Baby, adapted from a best-selling novel by Ira Levin, follows a young couple as they move into a grand apartment in Manhattan and set about feathering their nest.
Yoo-hoo!
They find themselves embroiled in a satanic conspiracy, and Polanski uses some of the conventions of the horror film genre to explore the nature of evil in the modern world.
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Guy and Rosemary Woodhouse, a struggling actor and his supportive wife, move into their new apartment and are soon befriended by a charming, slightly eccentric older couple, Minnie and Roman Castevet, played by Sidney Blackmer and Ruth Gordon.
You have a young woman named Teresa Giannoffrio living with you?
We do. What's wrong? Has there been an accident?
You'd better brace yourself for some bad news. She's dead. Jumped out of the window.
That's not possible. That's a mistake.
Roman and Minnie are especially solicitous once they learn that Guy and Rosemary are trying to have a baby. Once Rosemary actually gets pregnant, she begins to have dark suspicions. She becomes increasingly fragile and seems to descend deeper and deeper into something like paranoia.
I can't stay too long here. They'll be coming looking for me. Dr. Hill? Dr. Hill, there's a plot.
The movie is full of vivid and surprising performances. Sidney Blackmer is excellent as Roman, a charming old devil.
I seem to have overfilled the glasses.
And Ruth Gordon is just simply astonishing as a warm, friendly, generous, pushy, intrusive grandma from hell.
Lara Louise just met Guy. She wanted to meet you too. Could we come in?
Of course, please do.
There, go ahead. Look at the carpet. There's a light for you.
Also on hand is Ralph Bellamy as Dr. Saperstein, obstetrician to New York's elite, Charles Grodin in one of his very first film roles as a much younger obstetrician, Maurice Evans as Rosemary's old friend Hutch, and in an inspired performance, Patsy Kelly as Laura Louise. She's a kind of dim-witted, dumpy neighbor who keeps showing up, and we don't know quite why.
Shut up with your old gods, or we'll kill you, milk or no milk.
Then there's John Cassavetes, a wonderful character actor and a great independent filmmaker in his own right. As Guy, he's just charming enough to make you believe that Rosemary would really love him, and plenty creepy that when Guy eventually betrays her, you believe that too.
Oh, Guy, let's take it, please. That living room could be... Oh, please, let's take it.
But the beating, anxious heart of this film is Mia Farrow. Everything that happens in the movie takes place from Rosemary's point of view, so that we feel every nuance and tremor of her panic, vulnerability, and terror. Like many of Polanski's films, Rosemary's Baby is a study in persecution and isolation. His main characters are typically alone and at the mercy of unimaginably cruel and powerful forces. Polanski was Jewish, and he spent most of his childhood in Nazi-occupied Poland. And this may explain something of the mixture of compassion and sadism that he brings to his characters.
This is no dream. This is really happening.
Another Polanski trademark is the mixture of absurdity and dread. Rosemary's Baby is certainly a horror movie, but it also sometimes plays like a comedy, albeit a particularly dark and grotesque one. In it, evil is always lurking in the shadows, but it also shows itself in friendly smiles and neighborly gestures.